Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee with Kem and Hills on this fine, windy Wednesday. Yes.
I was going to say Gale Force Winds Wednesday.
Yeah, it's still windy here at the boat show, but we are
here at the Steel Point Boat Show and really excited to be here in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
It is beautiful.
Checking out all the boats.
Yep.
Minus the wind. It's a beautiful day to be out.
It is. It is a beautiful day to be out. It's so funny because when the wind stops, it's so warm.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, that feels so good. And then when it's like that like cold pinching wind, you know, that you're like, ah. But we're professionals here, aren't we?
Totally.
Did you have a good morning?
Yeah, I mean, the wind has certainly been a factor in everything today.
Yeah,
but trying to figure out what to wear was definitely, whatever, it happens.
I know.
The hair situation, but yeah,
I needed a wind jacket. I don't know what I was packing.
You can never, I don't know, I don't spend enough time on the water or at marinas or on boats, unfortunately, to take it into consideration. So.
That's the thing is I grew up boating with my dad, and I should know better because it's always windy on the water. Like, we know this. And I just thought, I don't know, I pictured it just, like hair done, down, sun in my eyes. Like, I don't know, but no, it's...
I did learn from the other day. I was like, I'm just gonna leave my hair in a ponytail, and that's just the way it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's true.
Sure. Yeah,
we've succumbed.
Yeah,
we've succumbed to the wind and the elements.
Exactly.
All right, let's get started on some hot topics. This one is particularly hot and interesting.
It's a very interesting one for sure.
This is from the New York Times, and it is Meet the Self-Described Bimbos of TikTok.
Yes. So this is an opinion piece, so I think that that's also really important to say that it was an opinion piece of the New York Times, and I am not on the TikTok.
On the TikTok.
So I did not know about Bimboism.
I definitely did not know about
or
Bimboism.
Bimbo Talk is what they're saying is a hashtag Bimbo Talk.
Yeah.
I do think it's an I don't know. At first, I was definitely like, oh my goodness. But as they got
on the article went on, it made a little bit more sense. Yeah. I totally agree.
And I think that there's definitely, whether it's called Bimboism or just the new wave of feminism, which is kind of what the article talked about.
Right.
I think there's very much validity in some of what's happening in Bimbo Talk.
Yeah, I think, and one thing I want to kind of read is because I thought this was interesting about the idea of girl boss. That was a really, popular kind of feminist. Yes. It was like, yes, we're girl boss. But in the article, it focused on a level of economic success that was never attainable for a vast majority of women. Mm-hmm. Therefore, girl boss became critiqued for its lack of inclusivity and overwhelming whiteness, which is interesting. When I sat down and was reading it, I was like, totally, that makes perfect sense. And this is when I started to become kind of sold on this idea of bimboism. I think it's the word that we associate. It has like a negative connotation to it. And they're sort of redefining it in a way, like empowering this, we don't need to, we are anti-capitalists and even anti-work. Like, we don't need to prove ourselves through our brain and diligence, and we don't have to prove ourselves, period.
Yes, we are not our economic power or economic earning ability. We are more than that. We are human just for being human, which I think is a really interesting piece of feminism that is at the core of it, right? Like, feminism at its core is just that women are equal to men
regardless of anything. So rather than just trying to push to prove ourselves in certain facets of whatever, it's saying, stop. Stop trying. Just be, and we should all be equal, which is interesting. And also, this whole movement, I don't know if you can call it that on TikTok, I don't know. It's done by these like TikTok comedians, right?
So it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek.
A little bit. I guess there's a lot of humor, but there's some seriousness in what they're saying. Like, they're making some political statements, and it's it's a little bit of both, but I wish I could go on and see what they're doing, but they were sort of described it, they're like, dressed up in like bimbo-esque costumes, you know what I mean? Like pink fur jackets and just
kind of like Barbie dolls or
reveling
like,
in their inner bimbo Barbie. And it is I kind of want to go and like have a look and see what they're all about and if I'm buying what they're selling.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably a really funny way. Maybe it's just a way to bring some levity to the feminist fight that has been going on for ever.
And just making it more inclusive, right?
Making it more inclusive.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the whole point about feminism is that it should be more inclusive of everybody.
It's for every woman.
It doesn't matter what you choose to do with your life. Maybe you do choose to be a girl boss and out-earn and out-work the other men in your field, or you choose to want to be at home and have somebody else pay for your lifestyle. I don't know, but like that is the point, is that you are a woman and you are just as much of a person.
Yeah, you're not validated through your earnings.
Who you are and what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so see, we read it and I'm kind of sold on the bimboism. Who knew? At first I was like, what is this? And then all of a sudden by the end I was like, oh yeah. I'm on board with this.
Me too. Yeah. I mean, We'll have to check it out and do a little bit more research and maybe come back to it.
Yeah, and if you do, or if you are, I don't know, what would you call a bimbo? If you are a bimbo, if you are a bimbo
if you're
influencer.
on Bimbo Talk.
Yes, if you're on
Bimbo Talk.
Write in, tell us about it. We are so curious. And like kind of on board. So yeah, please let us know.
And on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. It is Wednesday. You know what today is. It is Healthy, Wealthy Wednesday. We are going to get into our financial wellness. We're going to check in with ourselves, and we're going to get an awesome tip from Hillary today.
So today's tip is definitely, it feels like we've talked about a lot of different things for Healthy, Wealthy Wednesday. And we've talked about how setting aside, savings and for large purchases, you think you're going to be buying a boat anytime soon. Maybe you're saving up for that. But today we are going to talk about how you should look ahead, especially if you're planning on starting a family, or you have started a family, about possibly saving for that college education.
Right. Okay.
And looking into the different avenues. We've talked about this on Coffee with Kem and Hills before. There's a really great episode from Your Money, Your Wealth, where they break down the different ways you can save for college. And I think however you do choose to save, make sure you're taking a look at that and putting that into consideration with your monthly allocation for your budgeting.
Right.
Is definitely something that's super important to do as you are looking at your overall financial wellness and health.
Yes. And I would imagine with that as well, the sooner you start, the less that you'd be playing catch up later. So that would help with the stress that you might start feeling later down the road when your child, becomes a preteen, and you're like, oh geez, college is creeping up on me, and I haven't started considering how we are going to approach funding that.
Exactly.
Because it's pricey.
It is. So the sooner you start, the less you have to put aside every month.
Yes. Okay, we like this. One with our financial wellness. All right, next we're going to talk about today's episode of The Business of. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so we've got a quick clip on today's episode of The Business of, and you can watch it right now. Today on The Business of, we are talking about the business of boat shows, and we have Jennifer Jones here from Showpiece Shows, and also known as JJ. So, JJ, tell me, what is your favorite part about eventing and putting on these boat shows?
I think it goes back to just seeing everybody happy. I'm a people pleaser. I want to make everybody happy. So I think that's what it is. Like when I look out and see, it was definitely a moment today when I looked down and I saw people laughing. I mentioned before, like I saw the guys walk
business of later on today on ROI TV to learn more about it.
Welcome back, everyone. I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Coffee with Kem and Hills. As always, you can check us out on ROI TV where?
On Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or on your phone, whether it's an iPhone or an Android, and you happen to be at a boat show, you can watch us there. And thank you so much to the Steel Point Boat Show for having us again.
Yes, thank you.
We are loving it, wind and all.
Wind and all. We'll take it all. Thank you so much. We will see you tomorrow on another episode of Coffee with Kem and Hills.